Now, if everything we believe to be true is actually false, then what's the truth? And the first thing you got to realize is that it's belief, it's belief systems. Ask yourself any question, make a statement about anything. You can even disagree with me. Every single thing that I say, everybody on this planet can disagree with me. And is it true? Or is it just a belief? And we believe this is how big it is. We believe that a mountain is solid as rock. We even use that. It was solid as rock. And yet a rock is not solid at all. We have this new science called quantum physics. And what quantum physics is the study of the absolute smallest thing and what's happening in there. And then we have the study of the planets in the universe, which is, the study of us at the very bigness of ourselves. And we even have science that the Mandelbrot set that says what's in the smallness is exactly the same thing that's in the bigness. So while you look at a mountain, the bigness of a mountain, and you think how big it is and how solid it is, if you look at that mountain from the quantum world, really investigate that little small aspect of a rock, it's not solid at all. At the smallest aspect of a particle, it's hollow, and no particles are actually touching each other. The space between each particle is equivalent to the space between us and another planet. It's like huge spaces in between each other. But it's, if you look at it from the perspective of the smallness, it's like, okay, if we're looking at this particle and in relationship to how big that particle is to where that other particle is, in that relationship of size that we're measuring, the distance of space is enormous. So what holds a mountain together? What makes a mountain appear to be solid? And they've even done some experiments of, particles and what is it, antimatter, and they're appearing and disappearing at the same time, and it's beliefs. As soon as you put a belief together, it holds a particle together. As soon as you put a belief together, then you get humans that believe as you do, and then you start creating that. So the key is to change what you believe to be true. Do you want a mountain to be solid? It's like we kind of like a landscape. So yes, we want that mountain solid because we want to climb that mountain, and we want to believe the floor underneath our feet is solid so we can actually stand. You know, there's a reason why everything is the way it is, because we choose to believe it because we love this experience. And where humanity is going is, I mean, to wake up to the fullest extent of our waking up is to understand nothing is solid. And in order for us to manipulate our reality to where we want it to be, the magic that needs to happen, it's like, how far do you want to go with those limits? Do you really want to make a mountain not a mountain? And this is where it looks like a miracle. God showed up and parted the seas, and it's like, no, us as humans have that capability. And even in the Bible, it says when two people have the same thought, it has more power. That's the same in science, that if you can get anybody else to believe the same thing you believe, and you focus with the same intentions and the same belief systems, then all of a sudden it starts getting created. And this is the secret of the Philosopher's Stone. The biggest secret about that is try and get somebody to magically believe what you want them to believe it is. And if you can get them to believe, then you can make that rock turn into gold. You can make it. And what is gold? Gold is only a value that you put to it. So somebody has, manipulated you to believe that this rock that's, shiny and gold is actually worth something. So you put value on that. And then we have something that we can base our economic systems on so that we can function and we can start building the realities that we want around this thing that we want to value. It's a really, really wild trip, but it is a matter of how far do you want to go with that trip? Because we live in a world where everything is possible. The only thing that's impossible is your limited belief about it. And what makes it limited? You're lacking information. How is it you can make it happen? And it's like you need science because science tends to prove something to you. It's an experiment that's been done over and over again and can be repeated. And if it's been done over and over again and can repeat it, then it must be true. And as we're learning and getting a lot more awake, everything we believe to be true within science is actually completely false. Because science was only looking at what they wanted to philosopher's stone you into believing, and as soon as you can see somebody came up with an experiment that was convincing enough for you to believe in, then you ended up creating that reality you wanted to create. So this is where I see this 2012 is headed, is we're really, really going to wake up to we are creators and we can create whatever reality we want to create. But we have to come together as a oneness, because if you want a reality that's not in agreement with somebody else's reality of what they want to create, then it's the war experience. You're going to be fighting against each other. It's like, how many people want to win the lottery? Well, if you have that many people focused on, hey, I'm going to win it, I'm going to win it. Well, the guy that's going to win it is the guy that really believes in it, and believes in it so much that he doesn't even think about it, where other people are thinking about it and wanting to win. And it's like the actual act of thinking about needing to win this means you're viewing your perspective from a lack, so you won't win it because you're in a position of lack. But the Joe Blow that just knows, hey, I'm a really lucky person, and he really feels lucky all of the time, he's going to attract a winning ticket because he just knows he's freaking lucky, and he knows that he doesn't even know that he's attracting it. It's our subconscious mind at work. It's the power of what's happening in your dreams. When you go to sleep at night, your subconscious mind is active and creating there. And everything that happens within your dreams is exactly what you can create in this awake stage. But it's like while you're awake, you're actually sleeping. And while you're sleeping, you're actually awake. Because you know the wonders of everything. You can fly. Anything is possible in your dreams. But not everything is possible in this reality. And while you're awake, and yet you're not awake. It's like while you're living your day, you're actually dreaming. And you're dreaming based on what you're believing to be true. You're building the construct of everything you believe. So it's like time to change your belief. And if you want people to believe the same thing you believe in, you have to be at one with the same thing everybody believes in. And I do believe that everybody wants to live a peaceful life. They just don't know how to get there. And I believe everybody wants that for everybody else, but we just don't know how to get there. And I believe we can have everything, we just don't know how to get there. You know, everybody on the planet can be happy, we just don't know how to get there. All of this is a lack of information, a lack of science that says, hey, this is true, this, for you to believe in it. But the first step you've got to go into is believing in the possibility, hey, everybody on the planet can be happy. We can stop this big tsunami. We can stop this oil field. None of these particles are touching each other. The only thing that's driving it is us, because we are not awake to the powers of possibilities. I know it's strange, but peace out.